Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises and honor to the one true power, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Quadash. Yahawah is the Most High God, and Yahawashi is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. The Quadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. And I want to give double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who've been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and be sincere. Then a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, the same spirit that you endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Aquatim that are believers of His word. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith, right? This video shall be titled, "A Wife That Fears Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Will Obey Her Husband." I'm going to say it again for the women in the back. A wife that fears Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi will obey her husband, right? A sidebar. Watched a video of the Apostle Gabar from Great Millstone, and he was saying in the video, he was going into wives on this side, you know, and he was just going, he was flowing through the spirit, and I got what he was saying. I didn't get hurt by it, and it was completely understandable, and he was accurate. He said on this side, it is better to be single. And I started thinking of Paul before I continued to watch the video, because he said you can be fully dedicated to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi if you were single. What comes with women is all the other things outside the ministry, you know, your time. And of course you gotta, you know, tend to the needs of their feelings. You gotta attend to the affection part, right? Because women are a fertile creature, right? Creature goes into humans or animals, right? Before any woman get offended, right? But it was understandable, because a man's first job is serving Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You know, a woman's first service is under her head. And Lord willing, he is following Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, because she's going to follow Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Her head is her husband, right? And at the end of the day, when you look at how low we became, you got women that get bold on telling you what you can and where you can't. Even when you first start in this truth, as soon as you give her the notion on certain things, a woman is not adequate or accepted. She don't accept things just right off the back, even if you give her the edification for it, because she has the modern American mindset, you know. And this defiled our women even more, even though all captivities made the men and the women less and less. Starting with the women, she became less of a value, right? And most women on this side be thinking that they're on a level which they shouldn't even be speaking or acting like they're on that level, right? So even women in the truth and out the truth, all women need to be humble, right? And literally, when that time come, all women shall be humble or more humble. You know, if you humbling yourself now, when that day come, you're gonna get even more humble, right? Because it's all about what Solomon said, out of 1,000 men, he's seen one, and out of 1,000 women, he's seen none. We're still living in that time. A woman is not going to fully be in her full stature until Hamashiach Yahawashi come and get us. You know, we do have a few exceptions, right? It is a few, but it still can be certain problems. It can still be certain things that should be fixed. You know, it's morally, the man makes more action, but we're called to make more action. You know, more women is more sorry than making action, and they might make action, but then they're sorry again, you know. But this is all just a humbling video, you know, and Shoot, she's no better. No other woman is better than an Israelite woman, right? But what makes it more of a like a turn down, standoffish, whatever word you prefer, is when a heathen or another nation is more submissive than you. And that goes back to the video I did earlier on Deuteronomy 28 verse 43 to 44. You know, why these other nations is growing in power, we're becoming more weak. Men and women, women and men, right? You'll have women that have kids and they want to go party and have the life. They want a babysitter. Or you have women that might keep their body clean, but their house not clean. Or women get so distracted with the damn TV show and cooking the damn dinner and then just cleaning one part of the house, either the living room or it could be the bathroom. However, you know, some of you women do, right? Instead of really going in there and having a deep clean, you know, because this is something for you to be occupied. To be occupied, right? To be occupied. It's not about having sex all damn day, because soon as you lay up, it's like you become weird out because of the sex. Now you tired. Now the house is still a mess. Then the next day come, hey, what is we doing? What are we doing? And your mind is not on cleaning up the house, cleaning where you lay your head. You know, that's not a high value woman. You know, every woman is not making theirself the example of a Proverbs or working towards it. Most women is waking up, some, not all, but even the ones that is waking up early have that independent mind. You know, where's the wives that's waking up before everybody in the household to make sure the food and things is ready for them, ready for the husband or the children to eat, right? Where's the woman that's trying to bring in something too to make it easier on the man, but even for herself, because her man go higher, she go higher? Or where's the woman that's actually working with her hands, trying to make certain things, make a garment or make a hat, being useful, especially for the ministry? You can see a sister like, man, these brothers is on fire, but you can have the utensils, why, you know, make a garment, make yourself useful, you know. It's an honor for a woman to be a wife to a man of the Lord. That's your honor, and you don't look at it lightly. You know, it's not just, oh my God, look at this guy. You want to be everything the opposite from all these other women. You want to, if your husband is diligent, you want to find yourself diligent. And sometimes, hey, we can only work what we can work with. If you waking up early, making sure all the kids is good, that is an attraction. Maybe that might help your husband do more videos. Maybe it might bring more peace, but that helps you be occupied, you know? And you could be listening to the word, right? Meditating, praying, right? But I just had to speak on those things because we're going to get into some verses on the type of women men would prefer, you know? And like I said, Pastor Bar was on point that it is better to be single. But a lot of us don't have that benefit or that chance to have that. You know, like I got a brother that is like a eunuch who never been with a woman on this side. And hey, that is amazing. I'm happy for him. I want the best for him on this side that he can endure to the end. I wish that was me, that I never, you know, came across or touching a woman, you know, because I could see how much he is dedicated, right? But even though he always humbled himself, man, no, bro, you on fire. No, he on fire, you know? But you do look at things that will take away. Like, especially when you're doing videos, you got to remove yourself from another room because kids might make noise. It might not be your wife's fault, right? Or it could be sometimes where she know and she ain't being active on it. You got to move to a whole nother area. You got to be in the car because the kids is leeching on you, you know? Is it, you know, on this side, we're very low. If you go watch the other video I did. But let's just get into this video. You see at the top, she said, hard head makes a soft ass. She hit the nail right on the head. So let's see what she says.
I don't want to obey my husband. And that same woman will go to her job and her boss tells her he wants something done by Monday. She'll say, yes, sir. She goes home, the trash people say, put your trash out on Tuesday. She'll say, yes, sir. She'll go to the hospital, the doctor tells her, take these pills. She'll say, yes, sir. But the man that loves her and wants to provide and protect for her, she has a problem obeying him. That's why you're single. I don't want to obey my husband. And that same woman will go to her job and her boss tells her he wants something done by Monday. She'll say, yes, sir. She goes home, the trash people say, put your trash out on Tuesday. She'll say, yes, sir. She'll go to the hospital, the doctor tells her, take these pills. She'll say, yes, sir. But the man that loves her and wants to provide and protect for her, she has a problem obeying him. That's why you're single. I don't want to obey my husband.
We gonna listen to this again for the women in the back. And even if you is doing the, you trying to do the best you can, again, I'm saying this, when that time come, Jacob's trouble, all women, not just women in this that's worldly, that might come in this thing at the last minute, that's going to be humble. All women are going to be humble, because the woman that's in the truth is humbling herself now in the action, in this truth. But that don't mean it's the end all be all. She's going to be even more humble when that day comes, and that's a beauty thing. This is why the men and women is asking, Lord, please, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, come, or they can't wait for the Lord to come. And when a woman is saying that, she's going to be rightfully in her position, but she's going to be humble the way she need to be humble, because what we saying, it's not hitting. You got some women that's with men that's popping them upside the head, and they still don't get it. Some women like that. A man can be working however he work, still a problem. A woman could be worried about, oh, you talk to this girl, you talk to that girl. Wait, what you clocking me for, right? The man can check every box and do everything, but as soon as he do something that she don't accept, right? Which, if he's following everything that the Lord said he can do, a woman would still be combative, be against it, right? That's not a humble woman, right? And at the end of the day, this lady hit it on the neck, hit it right on the point. And I'm assuming she could be Muslim, right? And Muslims, especially when you look at Muhammad, Babylon and Timbuktu, they took a lot of things from the Hebrew Israelites and they put it in their culture. Muhammad seen that we prayed 3 times. He made it a new structure to pray 5 times. We face the east, they face the east. Our woman is covered, their woman is covered. Before, they believed in the stars, the moons, right? When Muhammad came, he upgraded it, right? So you see that in the Muslim culture, they're keeping our ways better than ourselves. Most of these men is most likely having more than a couple wives, and they're all being productive, and they're all being wives. A woman is still going to be an emotional creature, right? Just like the one video, the one Muslim, she said that she was always with her friends, or she said she want friends. He got him another wife and said, hey, this is your friend. And guess what? He was right on that, because when you allow your woman to be connected to something outside this union, or somebody outside, which is so-called this truth, right? It caused them to grow in another emotion or another feeling, right? Or they start to be out of order, because now through the spirit, they're cleaving to something unorthodox, something that's not connected to their husband, right? Or you could have a woman in this so-called truth, like, I'm just gonna say a sidebar, if your husband is following this congregation, if I'm following the Understanding Great Millstone, and just say so happen my wife knows that, and then she has friends that's cleaving to IUIC, right? That's gonna go against the doctrine, the true doctrine on this side. And right, and some women is gonna hear and swallow through the spirit, swallow up that information, just like Eve, and be consumed. And next thing you know, now she might be combative, or rubbing up against her husband, right? And that's going to cause conflict. This is why it's not good to have that, right? So back again to the video, because this sister, this lady, hit it on point, right? She really hit it on the nail carving.
And that same woman will go to her job and her boss tells her he wants something done by Monday. She'll say, yes, sir. She goes home. The trash people say, put your trash out on Tuesday. She'll say, yes, sir. She'll go to the hospital. The doctor tells her, take these pills. She'll say, yes, sir. But the man that loves her and wants to provide and protect for her, she has a problem obeying him. That's why you're single. I don't want to obey my husband. And that same woman will go to her job.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. So I'm going to try to go to as many scriptures as I possibly can. So please just bear with me. The first one I'm going to go to is Proverbs 31, verse 30 in the KJV. It says, favor is deceitful, beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, she shall be praised. I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, charm is deceptive, beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord Yahawah will be greatly praised, right? Beauty don't last that long, right? But beauty is vain. But when you go into other verses like Sirach, the Lord has made the beauty of a woman, you know, cunning to the eyes of a man, right? Because the Lord knows what we like, right? When you go to Sirach 25, the Lord tell us not to stumble at the beauty of a woman. It can cause you to sin. So if you gotta understand, this is a Proverbs 31 woman, right? Because a woman of the Lord, it's not the value of her beauty, right? It's not the charm. It's really the fear she has in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi what makes her even more beautiful, or makes her even more of a dime, or make her even more precious, right? So I'm going to read that again in the KJV, Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceived, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord Yahawah, she shall be praised, right? Right? And praised, let's look up that word, express warm approval or admiration of, right? So she's going to get a warming approval on her actions, you know, right? A warm approval on how she speak, right? A warm approval on how she is shamefaced when she come out the house, or how she act, right? See, that's the praise she's gonna get. Good job, love, right? You're making your man happy, right? This praise is to shine, to flash forth light, praise, boast, be boastful, right? But not in a wicked or a sinful boast, right? Because we don't boast on the work that we do for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, but her boasting on being a woman, a God-fearing woman, you know? But it's not like, oh man, I'm better than you. She's boasting on herself, just herself, not putting somebody lower than her, right? Yeah, that's mostly it. Right? Oh, it says to celebrate. I like that. Right? To be celebrate. She shall be praised. Celebrate. Right? On her actions, her deeds. Right? How she speak. Right? How she behave. This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. It says, the fear of the Lord Yahawah is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction, right? And a true wife is not going to be a fool, right? She's gonna fear the Lord, and she's gonna grow in his knowledge and his instructions as a wife, as a mother, right? even more, a woman is going to come in this thing and be humbled already, because now you come in the truth, you with the men of the Lord, you're going to think of your body count. And you're going to think, oh, am I a virgin? And you're going to realize that you're not a virgin anymore. Right? You're going to realize that you're already defiled, and look how many men you went through. And a woman is going to fear the Lord even more, that the Lord allowed you to go through those things. And look what he had given you. He had given you to the prize. Right? And Lord willing, you become a gift. Right? Because each day, each week, each month, each year after year, you're supposed to grow as a gift, become a better gift, a better gift, a better gift. So when Yahawashi comes and we get that glorified body, glorified mind, right? You're going to be the ultimate gift, the best gift known to the man, for that man, not for any man, but for that man, or, you know, that hopeful elect man, right? But fools despise this wisdom and this instruction, especially for a husband, especially for a wife, for a prophet, for a teacher, or a prophetess, or a mother, right? Because there's instructions on all angles in the scriptures, right? So now let's go to the history classic. Let's go to Exodus chapter 1 and verse 27 in the KJV. Wait, which one I want? We're going to start at 17. Salaki. I'm going to start at 16. This is Exodus 1 and 16. It says, and he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, see them upon the stools. If it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared the Most High and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the man-child alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the man-child alive? And the midwives said unto the Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, which is going into vigorous or strong, and our delivered ere the midwife come in unto them. Therefore God dwelt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. Right? Because the reason why, you know, the woman of Israel was lively, strong, or vigorous is because they truly feared in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. They truly feared in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Right? That's why they was lively. We seen in old times that the ancient woman feared the Lord. Right? And that's a well-known prize right there. Right? So let's go read 1 Peter. This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1 to 6. I'm going to read the KJV and then I'm going to read the NLT. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands. Right? That if any obey not the word, right? Because the word tell you to obey your husband. Just as the church is supposed to obey their husband, which is Hamashiach Yahawashi. And if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold their chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adoring, let it not be the outward adoring of plaiting the hair, or of wearing of gold, or the putting on of apparel. Right? Because the outside yeah, that's a good look on the outside, but if your inside is not intact and it's not looking more glamorous than the outside, all that shit is useless. All that shit is useless. Right? Verse 4, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of the price. For after this manner in the old time, the holy set apart, which is Kodash, who trusted in God. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9, those that trusted in the Lord understood the truth. Ooh. Wait, let me get that sidebar, right? Because that hits on the nail coffin. It makes a lot of sense with that. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9, it says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, basically remain with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect. The woman is a part of the elect. She's not part of the 144,000, but she's part of the elect that's going to get saved on this side, right? And so that elect woman is going to understand the truth because she trusts in the Lord. And how she going to understand? She's going to understand her role. She's going to understand that she's under a man, right? And regardless, whatever a man desire on this side, even if brothers might say, you know what, this is not the time, or it is, you know, a woman is going to be yielding and submissive to understand that it's acceptable in the eyes of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? Because she trusts in him and knowing that this man is going to continue to lead her to the kingdom, right? So on and so on, right? So back again to 1 Peter 3 and 5, it says, for after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adored themselves, being in subjection unto their own husband, right? Subjection. Let's look at that word too. Subjection, the action of subjecting a country or person to one's control, or the fact of being subjected, right? Let's go even further to it, right? Subjection, being in subjection.
Strong's G 5293. Hupatasso.
So to be in subjection is to arrange under, right? To subordinate, to subject, put in subjection, to subject oneself, obey, to submit to one's control, right? It's not 50, it's not 20. Control is a complete word, right? So the complete control to the husband, to yield to one's admonish or advice, to obey, be subject, right? When you go to the Strong's translation, put under, be subject unto, be subject to, submit oneself unto, subject oneself to, be in subjection unto, put in subjection under. Strong's definition again underneath. Same words again, but I see the one that says be under obedience, obedient. Put under, subdue unto, be make, subject unto, be put in subjection, under, submit self unto, right? You're submitting, you're yielding, let alone you're yielding to authority, yielding to power, right? So a woman is just basically going to yield to her husband. He has full control of the house and you. Basically, your life revolves around what he says do. But when a kid come in, yes, you entertain, not really, yeah, you entertain, or your mind, right? Your comfort, your nourish is always going to go to them kids, because he plant that kid in you, and that makes you even more of a prize as a wife, as a mother, when you taking care of them kids, right? Now you're a servant to servants, right? Because when you become a mother, your children are servants, right? And you are a servant. Woman means female servant. So you're a servant of a servant, which is the man that is a servant under Yahawashi, really abiding. If he's abiding in Yahawashi, he's abiding in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So he's a servant under them, and a woman is a servant under the man, and the child is a servant under the parents. Plain and simple, right? But the woman plays her female role in being in subjection. plain and simple. Now, verse 6, 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughter ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Sidebar, I'm over here reading these scriptures, and these kids dropped this food. Now, in my mind, it was there, but it wasn't. And birds came out of nowhere. They wasn't here, and they came out of nowhere. And now they're eating this food. And the scripture says, you know, the Lord will provide. You know, there's no need for us to worry. You know, don't the birds eat? Don't the sparrows eat? Ain't we more valuable than the sparrows? And they over here eating the food that was dropped. It's all the Lord, you know. So that right there was a hole within the hole, man. That's spiritual. I see you, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Now, I'm gonna read 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1 to 6 in the NLT. We'll read right through it. It says, in the same way, you wives must accept the authority of your husband. What? Read that again. In the same way, you wives must accept the authority of your husbands. Then even if some refuse to obey the good news, right, the gospel, which is the kingdom of God. What is kingdom? Kingship under Hamashiach. Kingdom. This is all about the man, right? It says, your goodly lies will speak to them without any words. They will be won over, right? And that's a real wife. She'll be won over because this man coming in that true love language, which is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Verse 2, by observing your pure and reverent lives, right? Respect lives. Don't be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry, or beautiful clothes, right? Don't concern yourself on the outward beauty. It's not saying that you can't have outward beauty, but don't concern. Don't have your heart, don't have your deep passion into it, but you don't have a passion in the inward. That's off, right? Verse 4, it says, you should clothe yourselves instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to God, a quiet spirit. And that goes with Sirach 26, verse 14. The loving silent woman is a gift. It's not saying she just on mute. A woman is not in a man's face unless, you know, needed. You go look at the book of Esther. The women had to be called to be needed for anything, you know. And of course, a woman is a servant. Usually servants at a job like, hey, do anybody need anything? So she's doing right. But most women, it's the power you give the man when it's like ringing a bell, you know, ring a bell. Oh, my master's calling, you know. You give that power to your husband when he's calling, hey, yo, I need a drink. And then now you get up. That makes it more, you know, when you do it on your own, that's good too, right? But even more, you give the man power when he's saying, hey, I need a drink. And automatically you stop doing what you're doing. Hey, yo, can you hold the baby real quick? I got to go make something from my head. You know, that makes you feel even more of your role, a servant. When you at a restaurant and they give you all your food, they walking away helping another table, and you like, wait, excuse me, miss, can I get a knife? Hey, excuse me, can I get a refill? Just off of her, she's moving off the notion of getting that tip or being a good servant, right? Verse 5, it says, this is how the holy women of old made themselves beautiful. They trusted God and accepted the authority of their husbands, right? So, you know, I know a lot of people, oh man, that don't mean that. So let's look at authority. The word authority means the power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience, right? Because we're not with the women for them to think, you know, especially thinking when it comes to leading us to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the structure and the order our house is, right? You want a woman to think on how to be a mother, right? How she can please you, you know, because she should be studying and watching you and what you like and what you don't like. But most cases, a woman is thinking when it comes to them kids, what they should be eating, because she's a nourisher. She's a comforter, right? But now when you're looking at a man is different than a child. We're men, you know? We think more logically. Most of us is simple, you know? We get a little feel on, bing, bing, bing. And brothers, back to reality. You might be tired. Sometimes the man might too. But after that, you worn down, boom, boom, boom. The man is good. Now you out the way, right? Making decisions like some brothers might say this or say that. Me, I'm really gonna say I don't really think that a woman should be outside when them street lights come on, especially if you got a husband, or even if you don't got a husband, because to be shamefaced, you'd be too embarrassed to be out here those times and times of the day, right? At night, you know, it's demons out here at all times, but how much more at night, right? Authority on telling her she don't drink too much, or maybe you could have a sip, or maybe if a man like, yo, I don't want you to drink. You know, when you look at that little YouTube, the balloon pop, they really don't know. I seen a woman pop a man balloon because he said, you know, I gotta have a woman that fears God. She popped her balloon. You mean pop this balloon? Or if she's like, what hill would you die on? He said, I die on my faith. And she popped his balloon. Oh, I like what you said. I like how deep you went, but they was more explainable. That's the highest value answer when you say you'll die for your faith. Even though he might not be in a true understanding, but for that right there is a total red flag on any woman. A man that put Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi before anything, that's something you cleave onto. That's a man that want to lead you in the kingdom, right? And a force obedience. This right here is beautiful. So basically, a man of authority is somebody that's in power of his household, power over his house, his wife, his children. No power overseas or past him, right? That's beautiful. I'm gonna read verse 5 again in the NLT. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5 in the NLT. This is how the holy women of old made themselves beautiful. They trusted God and accepted the authority of their husbands. For instance, Sarah obeyed her husband Abraham and called him her master. You are her daughters. You are her daughters when you do what is right without fear of what your husband might do, right? So when you do what is right without fear of what your husband might do, right? Because yes, some woman is gonna fear, you know, the authority of their husband, but you're gonna still do what is right. You're gonna still say this. You're gonna still think like, you know what, I shouldn't be doing this because then now my husband, or say if you already did it, don't be holding it and then wait a month, wait a week, and then now you want to bring it out. You know, that's a bad example for a wife. You know, soon as you slip, soon as you make, you should let it be known, because then that gives the power of your husband. Like, man, what? Yes, it might turn you on and make you attracted, but most cases women are afraid of an all-stern man, right? But you are in this flesh. Women, you have to be tamed, right? You have to be tamed, just like how kids should be tamed. Right? That was beautiful. Right? That was a beautiful point right there. Lord willing, you got a lot out of that. I don't want to hold y'all too long. So I'm going to just go to a few scriptures in Sirach 26, Ecclesiasticus. Just a few. When you go to the first verse, it says, blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, right? Which is a righteous thing. You know, if she's virtuous, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace, having a virtuous wife. And every day you want to work to be that virtuous wife, you know. Verse 3, it says, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So if you do have a husband, or you're courting or building with a man that shows he fears the Lord, and through his actions, you have to know who the heck you dealing with, right? Because even more, which another verse we're gonna go to, the Lord is only giving these type of women to men of the Lord as a gift. You know, some brothers might not have it better than some. Some women might be combative, argumentative. Some brothers might have a quiet wife, you know, a woman that don't give them stress. Hey, that brother might be dealing with 2, 3, or 4, right? That's a job well done. Maybe it took some time, but a woman should always evaluate herself, especially from the beginning of this walk, in the middle of this walk, right? The more that a woman is leading herself in the flesh, the more she'll go off, the more she won't be that wife, you know. And some brothers is just tolerating what they can have, or what they got. Okay, all right. They just dealing just the deal, and that man. A real wife is gonna be like, damn, man, you know. But it is what it is. I don't want to get too much in the wicked wife, but the sister, she already said it, you know. She already said it, but I wanted to speak on the opposite side. It's because women have to cherish these scriptures, right? Especially the bad side. Hey, maybe I can do a spinoff and speak on wicked women, you know, wicked women and wicked wives, right? But let's just stay on the course that we're in, right? This is going into a grace of a wife. Verse 13, it says, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. Right? What discretions? There's multiple discretions. How she's unavailable or unrevealing. Like, she doesn't reveal her private parts, crevices of her chest or her butt, you know, and other things. And that makes her more shamefaced, and more discretion when she's not speaking on things of the household, you know. She's more in discretion. Oh, my husband did this. Like, most wives is not telling somebody something outside their house if they didn't tell their husband. And that shows that most women is not truly thinking. Because especially if you telling a woman that is a wife to a brother that could be in his truth, somehow that husband is going to happen. He's going to know. He's going to find out. And it's really all because of the Lord. You know, somebody, oh man, I thought that was my brother. Why he say something? No, that was the Lord that put it on him to say that. You know, and then guess what? That goes back to what we read in Peter. Don't be afraid on what your man is gonna say. You know, because you have to be in order. Your husband is supposed to teach you. He's supposed to be authority. Another woman is not your authority, right? Another man is not your authority. Your husband is your authority. He has the say-so. So make it make sense. You know? Now, if it's dealing with woman problems, if you're talking about yourself, that helps. Now, when you start speaking on your husband when he's not around and then he don't know, you making him look bad. Let alone you telling somebody else and you didn't tell him. That goes even more with the discretion. But most women are... They gossip a lot. They jibber jabber. You know, they spill the beans. Verse 14, and this is a lamey off of that. A silent and loving wife is a gift of the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed, right? Because that silent is going to go to her not gossiping. That silent is going to go into her being discreet. You know, that's a beautiful thing for a woman to be discreet, right? Because now this man don't have to worry about her gibber-gabbing her mouth here and to everyone, right? A real woman is allowing her man to handle problems, especially with herself or things in the household, right? And most women might be saying it because they, through the spirit, the authority of a man, he not having it. So now you just vent into a sister and then it come out. And that sister is taking it like, yo, she not happy. Oh, you dealing with this, hey, she not happy in this. But guess what? Even if you go tell that person, the man is still gonna do what he wants because he's allowed to. So right there, you still was wrong for going in the notion of opening your mouth. And guess what? Most men not gonna wanna, brother not gonna wanna be in your face if you doing that, you gossiping. Especially me, I have my moments where I can't be turned on. Like if a woman doing certain things, even though, you know, I can't take it away from her, you know, the love making. But in some cases, I'm not trying to get freaky, do the things if I'm angry. I don't want to do that. It's not no makeup. It's different moments of makeup, but I'm not trying to do that all the time, you know? Because I still be mad, right? I still be upset, not angry where it's a sin, but I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's a turn off, you know? I go deal with somebody else for an hour or something, or go talk or move away, because I can't, you know? So it's better to have a loving and silent woman, right? So the ones that get it, they get it. Verse 15, a shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her a continent mind cannot be valued, right? So a shamefaced, a woman that is embarrassed, right? And a faithful woman, faithful in multiple ways, but faithful like how we looked at Numbers 12 and 7, faithful goes into a supporter of the door. So how much more is a woman when she's faithful? She's a supporter of her husband. She's a supporter of her authority, of her power, which is under Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, which is the man, right? As the sun, when it riseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. What's the order of her house? She is under the husband. Very plain and simple. You're under the husband. That's close the book. As the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty of the face of a ripe age, right? What's a ripe age? A younger woman, you know? It says, as the golden pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with a consent heart. Now, there's something else I want to get into in this one. I'm going to have to read these ones. But, yeah, they're going to be bad, but it's going to be good. Verse 22, it says, a harlot shall be accounted as spittle, right? Because that is true. Most of our women are harlots, you know, or whores in some case, because of their being defiled and being with men, multiple men buying them this and that, right? But that is considered as spittle. You know, when a woman come in this truth, she's a new person now. So you really hate the old you. You despise where your life was, right? But let's keep it going. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A married woman is, right? Not a single woman. A married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A wicked woman is given as a portion. This goes into, I believe, the 3rd verse of this chapter. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. There's no way around it, right? But that wicked man can be repent and be converted and change his ways, right? But if not, you got to fit the shoe, right? So, oh man, I'm not wicked, but you with this dude, you know, the shoes fit. It says, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. This is why a real woman would be a gift, right? She would be a gift. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence, respect her husband. See, and that dishonest woman is a woman that is a woman that do have no discretion. A woman that's not a loving, silent wife. That is a dishonest woman. A woman that might do things behind your back. Hey, if it take her a month, a year to tell you something, she is a dishonest fucking woman. Plain and simple, right? This is why when we come in this truth, we have to be better than what we was. And you have to take accountability of the shit you have been doing, how you've been thinking, and how you've been moving. Starting with the men and you women. Even for the women in this truth. Don't step on your high horse. It's still not one woman Solomon found. Until we get in that kingdom, you will fully be found. Right? Now you in the full you, right? But you women of right now, man, you just trying. And while you trying, you doing the best that you can. Still the same number. Right? A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. In other translations, is a bitch. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord, right? And it's not a lot of shamefaced women, right? Let's see if I can find that word. Yeah, they acting mad brazy over here. Let me try it in this app real quick. Let's see if this is the one we need. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also that the women adore themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. So let's look at this shamefacedness.
Strong's G 127. Eidos.
The outline biblical usage is a sense of shame or honor, modesty, bashfulness, reverence, respect, regard of others, and respect. When you go to Strong's definition, through the idea of downcast eyes, bashfulness towards men, modesty, or towards God. Or reverence or shamefacedness, right? And her shamefacedness, her reverence is towards men or to the Most High. Going into respect, right? You got other verses too that it go into. Wait, what's that? What that one say? Okay, let me see what this one's saying. Okay, I just want to make sure we still in rotation, but this is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 26 again, and we're reading verse 26. It says, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. Right? So if you dishonor your husband, right? Dishonor your husband as you as a woman, you as a wife, right? That's really in your pride. You are counted ungodly, right? Dishonor, right? And multiple women dishonor, either if they trying to have the last word, speak or bump against the husband, right? A husband is more disciplined, right? Especially if the husband is saying one thing and a wife want to counter and say another, right? A woman, she has her points. Yeah, she does. But as soon as the man come into the play and he's saying something, anything you say, because it cannot go or bump against the husband. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. That's why a loving silent woman would just yield, right? As soon as he sets his rules, regulations, or if he come into the situation of a problem in the house, outside the house, you usually submit by really just shutting the hell up or stepping aside, right? Because the husband is the true authority. And a woman that truly trusts in the Lord is going to get it and going to play her role. And this is not no little kid stuff. Oh, I'm not going to express myself anymore. That's a little kid. And that just shows some women are still kids, you know, and they don't like being corrected. They don't like being told something. Now that, oh, I'm not going to ever express my feelings. That's what you was made for, right? Right? To be in feelings and emotions towards your husband, but not an emotion and feelings where it's taking you from being the woman you're supposed to be in the eyes of your husband, in the eyes of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, where we're grown up, especially for the men and the women, husband and wife. We're not kids anymore, right? So you don't want to be a wife of dishonor, right? Verse 27, a loud crying and sound shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. A crying woman goes into like a loud woman or a clamorous woman. Yeah, I believe that's it. Family.